Wade Wilson, the Merc with the Mouth, is back again in a brand new comic series. It's a madcap body horror romance for the ages. And it all starts here right now in the pages of Deadpool issue number 1. So let's hop on in together and find out what happens next, shall we? So then, as we join this brand new issue, Wade finds himself in a rather precarious position. He ends up coming to tied to some sort of strange operating table by a bunch of plants. No, this isn't the work of Poison Ivy, it's the work of the Harrower. Haven't heard of her? Don't worry, she's a fairly new character. She only debuted in the pages of the Steve Orlando Man-Thing special all the way back in 2021. She's also related to one of the members of Horticulture, that Hickman plant scientist group that was fighting mutant kind. Which is fitting because this new Deadpool book is very much tied into what's happening in X-Men right now. In fact, we even get the fun little appendices pages that those books are known for. Only in a very fun Deadpool-esque twist, Wade goes out of his way to deface all of those pages and add his own little comedy notes. Now, why has the Harrower kidnapped Deadpool? Well, she wants to make use of his amazing healing powers for her brand new project, and that is, get this, cloning the Carnage symbiote. Which Deadpool is, of course, far from thrilled about because this is far from his first run-in with symbiotes. They've all been pretty bad. You see, Harrower, we discover, is a master of biofusion and biofission. After the end of the Maximum Carnage event, she managed to grab herself a little piece of Cletus Cassidy and his symbiote. Her plan is basically to grow a better, more dangerous Carnage, one that reacts to her in the same way that Carnage reacted to Null, basically worshipping her like a god. Harrower had already tried a few times to incubate a brand new Carnage clone. The only problem was that all of her test subjects died because, well, the Carnage symbiote is a thing of violence and death. It's not like a botfly as she originally theorized. In fact, it has something much more in common with those insects that lay their eggs inside other insects. Or, you know, like the xenomorphs from the Alien movies. In short, Harrower's big plan is to impregnate Deadpool with the Carnage symbiote and see what happens. But how exactly did Wade get here, you might be wondering? Well, for that information, we end up flashing back 2 days. It seems that Wade, no doubt probably pushed on by X-Force, was sent to infiltrate a highly elusive and highly dangerous new group of super assassins called the Atelier. Which, you know, my French is a little rusty, but I do believe that is the word for artist's room. Now, despite being a very famous assassin, just one who hasn't actually been paid to kill anyone in a very long time, Deadpool just can't join this group. He has to pass a very grueling test. You want to hang with the best assassins? Well, you gotta prove that you can kill the best too. The only way for Wade to get inside this group is if he's willing to kill Dr. Octopus in the next 48 hours. Though, admittedly, Wade's mind begins to wander when he's introduced to his brand new Atelier handler, a non-binary assassin person with needles for fingers named Valentine. And we know they're non-binary too because Deadpool goes out of his way to honor their pronouns the entire story long. And I mean, shit, if Wade can do it, anyone should be able to do it. I like this story turn too because it means we can add another page in the ever-growing book that is Deadpool's own complex, layered, and nuanced sexuality. Deadpool also breaks the fourth wall a hell of a lot in this new debut issue as well. In fact, we even get a hilarious recreation of the famous Pepe Sylvia string theory scene from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Wade plans to pop on over, murder Dr. Octopus, and finally get inducted into this hot new assassins club. The only problem is the Harrower was waiting for him when he got there. From there, we head on back to the present where Wade finds out that he's actually been out for longer than he thought, meaning that he only has about 6 hours to kill Dr. Octopus or else the special deal is off. And with it, his last in to talk to Valentine, because let's face it, that's probably what he's really the most concerned about. Deadpool allows Harrower to continue her villainous monologue just long enough for all the drugs and sedative in his systems to start wearing off. Escaping proves to be quite the uphill battle as the Harrower makes use of an army of failed test subjects, and not only is she a brilliant scientist, but she also apparently comes packing magic too. As she very eloquently puts it, why should supervillains only be masters of one discipline? Why shouldn't they try and expand their horizons and master more stuff? And I mean, yeah, she's got a solid point. Deadpool thinks he's in the clear though, because he's still technically M-preg with the Carnage baby right now. Harrower won't want to hurt or kill him. Here's the thing though, she really only needs his head and his torso for her experiment to work. Deadpool rushes to beat the clock, and in a nice bit of serendipity, his swords were actually waiting for him on the same rooftop he was grabbed with. Deadpool jumps jumps on down to try and assassinate Doc Ock while he's hard at work, and he probably would have gotten away with it too if it were not for at that very second the Carnage symbiote starts bursting out of his body, meaning as the comic comes to a close, it's not just Doc Ock who has more than one set of arms. And so that was Deadpool issue number 1, everybody, and I gotta say Alyssa Wong gets this off to a fun, breezy, and funny little start for the merc with the mouth. I like that this story is a weird, messed up kind of romance where all Deadpool wants to do is talk to a person who he thought was cool and wanted to get to know better. I mean, Lord knows it worked well for the movie. It's fun seeing Doc Ock outside his role as just a Spider-Man villain. The Atelier assassins all seem cool and well designed, and I'm interested to learn a little bit more about them. Normally, I'd scoff at the idea of Deadpool hanging out with more symbiotes because I feel like that idea has been done to death, but Wong certainly finds an interesting angle to take on it here. It's like, hey, what if Junior was more of a body horror movie than it already was? Overall, I'd give this one an 8 out of 10. Good fun time. If you've been really hankering for a Deadpool book, I think this one is going to hit the spot. I don't think we're quite at the dug-in level of characterization yet for Wade, and I know that book is going to be a hard act to follow, but still, it was nice to hop back in here.
Hey there everyone, Kate Joel again, and I just want to thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. It means a lot to me. And hey, if you enjoyed the book I covered in this issue and want some comics of your own, might I recommend Book Depository? It's my #1 place for shopping for comic book trades. You get a great price, and if you use my link down in the description, you'll actually be helping me out at the same time. You get something, I get something, everybody wins, right? So until next time everyone, I've been Joel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.